Hello students, welcome back to MathFace Java programming tutorials. In this video, I'll be discussing how to call methods and void type methods. Let's see the contents. Introduction, method calling with void type without parameters, and method calling with void type, that is the second one, with parameters. Void type without parameters, void type with parameters. Let's start. Whenever a method, that is, let's say main task, is calling another method, let's say subtask. So one method is calling another method. So the subtask will be executed and the control will be returned back to the main task. This is what happens. Now, the subtask or subprogram, while returning the control, may return a value along with the control, value and the control after execution, this executing the subtask. Now, depending on the return type, it returns the value. Now, a return type determines whether a method is returning value or not. If the return type of the subtask is void, see subtask void M1, the subtask will be executed and then just the control is returned back. Void type means only the control is returned back. But if the void keyword is replaced by any primitive data type, primitive data types, byte, short, int, long, float, double, char, boolean, any one of them, that means subtask is returning that type. Void means not returning. Any primitive data type means it is returning. In that case, a keyword called return should be there as a part of the subtask. The third type is if the keyword is replaced by a class name. That means the return type is an object of that class. Either built-in or user-defined objects can be returned. In the example, string M3 is the subtask name. It is returning a string. So return keyword is trying to send a string. String is a built-in class. So what we have understood in the three previous slides, just looking at the return type, we can find whether a method is returning value or not. Void means not returning any value. If instead of void primitive data type is there, then that type is returned by the method. Void is replaced by a class name, then return type is object. In order to return a value, the method should use a keyword called return. If return statement is used in if-else-if ladder, only one return statement will be executed depending on the true condition. So we divide the methods into two types: methods that do not return value, methods that return a value. Do not return value are void methods. They may be called without any parameter or with parameters. The methods that return a value are definitely return a value, either with parameters or without parameters. Both the types are either returning primitive data type or non-primitive data type. Once a method is written, it can be called anywhere depending on the access levels: private, public, protected, and package level. Access levels plus three parts of the method we need to see in order to call. First one is return type of the method. Second one is name of the method. And third one is parameters. What are they? Return type, name, and parameters. Now we'll see void type only in this particular video. without parameters and with parameters. Now, void type without sending any information, without parameters. It's like a child is learning a bicycle first time, and when he is scared, he'll just call dad. That's it, work is done. Just like that, void methods are not saying anything or sending anything or not receiving anything, just a name we call. In the method definition, void read, parenthesis, curly braces, and method definition, some body. But how to call this method? Just name, parenthesis, semicolon. Void search definition, just to call search. Sort, call, and so on. Now, these methods can be called from same class, same package, or some other package. So, we will see two things here, points to remember while calling and Java programs. Now, calling in the same class, calling in the same package, calling from some other package, or calling the methods of some other package. Now, we have seen all these things in lesson 12b and 13. Links are provided in the description box. But we are revising. Calling from static methods in the same class. All static methods are directly called from static methods. But instance methods from static methods requires an object. Then calling from instance methods, any method, static or instance, can be called directly. So let's see. Here is a class exercise 1 EX1 which has static void main method, read, print, search. Search is a static method, read and print are instance methods. So from static method, if we want to call a static method directly, it can be called. So we say search. Compiler looks for this particular method in the same class. Yes, found, tries to execute, control K. No errors. But if I try to call read method just like that without an object, control K, it says non-static method read cannot be referenced. So what do? We need to create an object of the same class. How do we create? The class name followed by object name is equal to new, the same class name. This is a constructor. When we create an object, with the help of object we call e1.read, control K, no problems. Similarly, the other instance method also, how do we call e1.print? Done. Control K, no problems. So what did we say? In the same class, if a static method is calling static method directly, it is called. In the same class, if instance methods to be called, then object needs to be created. Now, if I want to call print method in instance method and search method in instance method, whereas print is instance method and search is static methods. Both of them can be called directly without any object. Print and search, control K, no errors. So this is how from static methods in the same class, static methods are called directly and instance methods with the help of object. But instance methods can access any type of methods. Now, calling a class in some other class of the same package. Here, access levels play an important role. Now, calling from static methods and calling from instance methods. static methods with the help of class name, and instance methods with the help of an object. Let's see how. Now we want to call ex1 class contents in this class named as other class. There are other classes also in the same package: student, display name, HCF from other package. So when we want to call specifically which class should be known to the compiler. For example, EX1 class has read also, print also. Similarly, student class also has read and print. So which class it doesn't know, because the class other class does not have read and print here. So we need to specify class name for static methods, and object should be created for instance methods. Definite. No need, we cannot call directly. So in static method, we are trying to call one search method. If you remember, what is that search method? ex1 dot search. This is a static method. Search method is a static method, so should be called from class. Which class name? ex1. Similarly, read and print should be called with the help of object ex1, some e1 is equal to new ex1, and then call e1 dot read, and then e1 dot print. These are the three methods. Two are and instance methods, and one is a static method. Control K, no errors. Even from instance methods, the similar approach should be there. Similar approach means Control C, Control V, all static methods with the help of class name, all instance methods with the help of object of this class ex1. Otherwise, it cannot search in student display. We need to be specified. This is what is calling from some other class. Here, for all the class, public method, void method, it should be either package level or public level. Then only we can call, or protected. We know private is most restricted. So this is how we call in the same class. Let's understand a bit about instance and static variables, member variables. We are creating this object in main method also and call method also. But I want to execute or create an object only once as a member variable, let's suppose. In that case, there will be an error, but how to rectify also I'll tell you. Common variable we are taking as a member variable, which can be accessed in both the places. Control K, it works for instance method because this is an instance variable, no static available. But if I remove this statement and ask to use the common variable, Control K gives an error, and it says non-static variable E1 cannot be referenced from static context. So what do? We say static here. Control K. It works because instance methods can access any methods or any type of variables. It can access static variables, it can access instance variables, anything is okay. So this way also you can use if you want to create an object in several methods. Now, calling a class from some other package. In that case, class and method should be declared as public. Very important. Now, only a small change here. First of all, we need to import the package along with the class. And then calling is similar to calling in the same package, that is static methods with the help of class name and instance methods with the help of an object. That's it. So all the methods should be public in that class from where we are trying to call in that package, and in the class from where we are calling, import statement should be there and similar to the same package calling. Now I have created a package called package1, and I just copied and pasted this ex1, which has search method, print method, and read method. Now we will see the contents of ex1, but we want to call that ex1 from package1 in this class called from other package. Okay, let's see the contents of package1 first. Package1, this is package1, has ex1. In void methods also ex1 is there. Now ex1 contents are public class, public void read, public. Then only we can call. And it is defined in package1. In the package1, it is defined. So we need to import this class. How do you import? Import statement followed by package1 dot ex1. That's it. All methods can be called read, print, search. If it is static method, then class name, and then otherwise object. So let's see how to call import package1 dot ex1. Rest everything is same. Let's see. Let's change the contents of from other package now. How do we change? First of all, we need to have import. What is this package? Package1. I have deleted to just show you ex1 semicolon. Then everything is same. How same? From some other class we called in the same package. How did we do that? This is, let's take this and control C and then control V. This is what I had done, but I just wanted to show you one more time. Control K. See, just import the package along with the class name. Then static method should be called with the help of class name. ex1 search is there, and read and print are instance methods. This is how we call. Now let's see student class. Import Java util.scanner class student. There are five variables: name, M1, M2, average, grade. Now, how do we call? How do we read them? Enter name, then name equals to, already we have common variables, member variables. Name is equal to, directly we are entering sc dot next line. We want a bigger name with the spaces. Now, in order to marks in first subject, control C, control V, but this time variable is M1. Next int is the method. Then similar one, control C, control V, but in M2, that is marks 2. This is how we have accepted. Now, average and grade we cannot take as input from user. We cannot, because they may give any average. Got 45, but gave average as 85. We never know. We maybe by mistake. And grade also should be decided by the programmer. Now, print message, what does it do? Marks in subject 1 is what? M1 plus M1 plus M1, and then here plus M2, marks in subject 2. Average, let's not print so far because we haven't calculated. Anyway, constructor will give 0.0 and this is null. Control K is creating. This is a simple class which has read and print. Now, in static void main, how do we call these? We need an object of the same class. How do we call? Student sum s1 is equal to new student and then s1 dot read and then s1 dot print. Control K, no errors. So we will try to execute main method. Student, right click and then call main method. No parameters for this, but enter name. Okay, A, B, C is the name. Marks in subject 89, first subject, and then 90 in the enter. And then marks in second subject 90, and it is displaying marks in subject 1 is 89, marks in. So we have called which type of functions? Instance methods. This is why how we call the methods. Now void type with parameters. So someone is giving us parameters. That means the method definition has void read and int a. This is the parameter. User is giving this parameter. Void search string b character a. Greater int a int b. Print string x int y. So we need to observe three parts. What are they? Method, return type, which is void, so no problems. Name of the methods and parameters. So in the first method read, we need to give an integer. 5 we are giving or any other variable. So at the method definition header, int a with the data type are known as formal parameters, whereas at method calling 5 is known as actual parameter. So in the second method, search one string, one character. So double quote string, comma, one character. Search with parameters. Greater with parameters, two integers. And print with two parameters. One is a string and one is integer. This is how we call. Let's see the contents of display name, in which two methods are there. Both of them are instance, void store, void print. What our idea is, store is storing or reading a name, and we send this name to print method. That print method should print hello, the name. How do we call and how do we write? This method should read one string as a parameter, string A. Then I want to call plus A. So it is printing hello, whatever is there in A. Now some other method is trying to call this method. Then what do we say? First of all, print, because it is a void method. So name of the method and parameter. What is the parameter name? This is known as calling. Print, take this name, and the content is hello, the name, that is hello Bhuvan. So if we call store method, it further calls print method. Print method executes everything and then control is returned back. So let's execute store method. It is an instance method. Control K, display name, right click, new display name, OK. Instance method, we want to call only store. We want to call only store. If we call print, it takes as a parameter here in small dialog box, and we need to give some string in double quotes. Then hello printed. But we call store. Store is further calling print. Okay, click on store, hello Bhuvan. So this is how we call the methods with parameters. Let's see another example, HCF program. In main method, we have created a scanner object and program to find HCF of two numbers. Enter two numbers, X and Y are being accepted. Now we want to call find HCF, and it is requiring two numbers. What are the numbers? X, comma, Y. Now we have called from main method this find HCF. But the problem is find HCF is which type of method? Instance. So we need to create an object, or we can make this as static. Control K, no errors now. Now static method is being called from some other static method which is receiving two numbers, finding the minimum number, and till min it is this program which we have discussed already in for loops. So H is I, that is highest common factor, and printing. This is how we call find HCF X, Y. Now control K and try to execute HCF, that to main method, which is a static method. Both of them are static. And enter two numbers, let's say 4 and 12. HCF would be 4 out of the common factor, that to highest common factor is 4. This is how we write programs. We have understood method calling, that to void type methods with parameters, without parameters. Refer chapter 3 of Essentials of Computer Applications for practice exercises. And the next video is about user-defined method calling only, but returning primitive types. Thank you.